SQL for Finance, Episode 1. The Bridge. "12 episodes of Excel and Power BI got you the dashboard. 8 episodes of SQL gets you the language the rest of the data team speaks. And the moment that makes a finance person fall in love with the language. 22,000 journal entries, aggregated by account type, joined to the chart of accounts in 12 milliseconds. Today, in 5 moves, from CSV to first query. Install SQLite. Load 8 CSVs into one database file. Run the first, select. Count 22,000 journal entries in 12 milliseconds. And preview a 6-line query that produces a real P&L breakdown. By the end of this episode, you've got a database, you've run a query, and you've seen what's coming over the next 7. Picture the question. Q3 margin in the regions where last year's new customers concentrate. The customers are in customers.csv. The regions are in countries.csv. The orders are in salesorders.csv. The line items are in salesorderlines.csv. The categories are in products.csv. And the cost data is in the GL extract from your ERP. Six tables, 32,000 rows total. The biggest one, the GL, has 22,000 journal lines on its own. Excel will open that file, but every formula recalc takes seconds and pivot tables stutter. In Excel, this question is 2 hours of VLOOKUPs. In Power BI, it's 15 minutes after the model is already built. In SQL, one query, under 50 milliseconds. That's the deal we're making today. First, what SQL actually is. SQL is a language, not a tool. The way Excel formulas are a syntax for talking to a sheet, SQL is a syntax for talking to a database, and it's designed to read like English. Show me the customer name and the country. From the customers table, where the country is the United States, ordered by customer name. That sentence, in SQL, is almost word for word the same. Select what from where. That structure handles most of what finance work asks of a database. Power BI's DAX exists because Excel people needed something that wasn't SQL. The rest of the data team, engineers, analysts, the warehouse, they all speak this. There are dozens of SQL databases. Postgres, MySQL, SQL Server, Snowflake. Different syntax, different functions, different installation horror stories. We're using SQLite. And it's the right call for finance learning specifically. One file holds the entire database. Tables, data, indexes, all of it. You can email the file. You can put it on a USB stick. You can commit it to Git. There is no server to install, no port to open, no admin to ask. The whole class of setup horror stories has been deleted. Open a terminal. Type SQLite atlasparts.db. That command does two things at once. It creates an empty database file in the current directory called atlasparts.db, and it drops you into the SQLite shell, ready to type queries. The prompt changes from a $sign to SQL greater than. You're inside the database. To load the CSVs, switch to CSV mode and import each file. .mode CSV. .import data/customers.csv customers. The skip one tells the importer that the first line of each file is a header. A loader script imports all 9 AtlasParts files at once: chart of accounts, countries, customers, vendors, products, sales orders, sales order lines, AP invoices, and the GL journal. Run the script once. You now have one file, atlasparts.db, that contains every row of finance data we'll touch for the rest of the series. Your first query. Select star from customers limit 5. Hit enter. 5 rows of customer data come back. That's a SQL query. Select all columns from the customers table, limit to 5 rows. Read it like a sentence. The default output is pipe separated and noisy. 2 dot commands fix it. Dot headers on. Dot mode column. Now the output is a properly formatted table with a header row and aligned columns. This is the look we'll use for the rest of the series. And here is the line that makes a finance person fall in love with SQL. Select Count Star from GL Journal. Hit Enter. The answer comes back in a few milliseconds. 22,027 rows. Counted. In the time it took the cursor to blink. Now a real question. We select the account type, sum up the debits, join the GL to the chart of accounts on account ID, and group by account type. Six lines. It joins the GL extract to the chart of accounts, groups by account type, sums the debits. It runs on 22,000 journal lines, and in SQLite it returns in under 20 milliseconds. By episode 5, you'll write that query yourself. What we did today. Installed SQLite. loaded 8 CSVs into one database file, ran the first select, and counted 22,000 journal entries in 12 milliseconds. What's coming? Episode 2. Select, Where, Order by, Limit. The 4 clauses that handle most of every query you'll ever write. Then aggregations and group by. Then joins, subqueries, window functions, dates, and finally, a capstone where we ship a folder of .SQL files that produces a board pack. Same data set throughout. The skill compounds episode by episode. That's episode 1 of SQL for Finance. Download the AtlasParts dataset and the pre-built atlasparts.db from the GitHub repo. One link in the description. Same repo as the Excel and Power BI series. Subscribe and the next 7 episodes show up in your feed. See you in the next one.